What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of FTB Infinity on the HermitCraft server. So guys, since last episode I've actually made a few more of these quantum solar panels, so we got quite a lot. But you want to know what's something that's really awesome? It's been a couple of days since I played and I had things going. If we do a quantum right here, and we tell this to craft, we can tell it to craft 30, and after a minute, it's got to figure out how many pieces and parts goes into crafting 30 more quantum solar panels. But I do believe we have all the resources in our system to create 30 more of those, which is crazy. Uh-oh, maybe we don't. We need 6 more nether stars, but we have everything else ready to go. I'm not sure why we're missing 6, because I checked that a minute ago. Well, at least I thought I did, and I thought I said we had everything ready to do that. Where's my... I am so confused where I am right now. Alright, so that's the B area. Wait. Oh, you know what? It's just not spawned in right here, I think is the problem. Nope. Didn't we have a wither killing thing right here? Oh my goodness. It's right there. The thing's so small. I'm looking for like a big spawner room like this, and I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, wait, where is our wither? It's right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we can just press button, kill wither. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our 6 nether stars are ready to go. So now we should have everything ready in our system to create 30 more quantum solar panels, which is crazy. Let's go ahead and do this once more. We'll wait for this thing to calculate or whatever it does to make sure that we have all the resources available. But now that we have those 6 more nether stars, we should be good to go to craft 30 quantum solar panels. That is ridiculous. That is so much power. So yeah, so there we go. Now we got all the nether stars. Oh man. But it won't let me start. I think what's going on here is there's just too much stuff that goes into these that we don't have enough crafting storage. It doesn't say that we're missing anything, it just won't let me start. Crafting plan. Actually, that's... No crafting CPUs are available. That's crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna do this in smaller sections, I guess. We'll try 10. I think I can do 10. I know I've done 5 at a time. Yeah, now let me do 10 of these. Okay, well, I'll just do small little batches. I'll get these all crafted up, and we'll be right back, guys. Oh my goodness, guys. So, while I was crafting up, I actually had time to get enough resources for 5 more, so we got 35 quantum solar panels. That is ridiculous. That is so much power. I don't really know what we're gonna do with all of it. But one thing I do want to do is I want to fix this over here. We have our solar panels laid out like this, and they're just going directly into our replicators over there. I want to make this look a little bit more clean, especially if we're going to add 35 more. I mean, they'd be coming out to like right here or something like that. I think what I want to do, I want to move these to the back. Back over here on the back of the building. We'll lay them out right along there or something, kind of in the same pattern, I think, where we got 3 in a row. We might end up having to do multiple rows, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that Applied Energistics has P2, actually I guess we should just search for P2P tunnels for EU, so we can send EU power through a Applied Energistics line. So another thing I want to find out is, can we power Applied Energistics with EU, or does it have to be powered with RF? So I have an extra controller laying around. I can't remember why I had this thing, but if we set this thing down and we look at the tooltip, it says 0 out of 16,000 RF on the tooltip. It contains 0 AE. Yeah, so I want to get a solar panel next to this thing. Let's check this out. Does that work off EU? It does. So now it says 16,000 RF on that. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so we are able to power... an ME controller, or I guess Applied Energistics off EU, which is good to know. I wasn't sure if I would have to convert that over to RF or not. So I think the next thing that I want to do is we're going to set up an Applied Energistics system over here in our AE2 room. Now I believe the way I have this set up Yeah, we want to get right here. Is 1 block away from the wall and 1 block off the floor is where I put my AE controllers in the other places. So we'll just stick that there. So this is where our controller is going to be, and this is where we're going to want to pull power from and all of that stuff. Actually, I kind of feel like we don't need those blocks there. I kind of felt like we should be able to get to the front of this thing without those blocks in place, and I'll just go ahead and finish this up. Okay, so there we go. So now we got our AE controller, got a little bit of room around it. We can get to all the different sides and wrap cable around should we choose to. So the next thing is we need to get this thing powered, and then we need to start getting P2P tunnels going. So right out the back here, I think would be the smartest way to get this thing powered. So we're actually going to need regular glass fiber. The glass fibery. We can do that and that. So that will power it. Now we're also going to need to get a connection for the P2P tunnel. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to do this. So let's see. Can we P2P tunnel the power if the controller isn't powered to begin with? I don't know. This has got me kind of confused. So if we can put a P2P tunnel receive and a P2P tunnel end over here. Alright, well I tell you guys what, I'm getting myself confused here. I'm going to take a moment. Let's build some P2P tunnels, and then I'll start playing around with those. And got confused where we are. Yeah, we want to get some of these EU P2P tunnels. We're going to have to make a bunch of those. So let's actually just get a pattern. Is there no crafting recipe? Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. There is no crafting recipe for this. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. P2P tunnel item. There's no crafting recipe for that either. Fluid. We can do the ME. RF. Okay. Maybe you just make the regular P2P tunnel and then you can convert it to these other types. I'm not sure how to do this, so I'm going to do some research. I was hoping we'd be able to just put P2P tunnels everywhere we needed power, but we might have to do something a little different. So yeah, let me do some research here, figure out what we need to figure out, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so I wasn't really sure how to do this. I assumed you'd be able to craft each individual one since there are different items in here. But what it turns out is you make the P2P tunnel ME. I just did a quick search on on the Applied Energistics site on how to do this, and it shows you right there. So yeah, you make a P2P tunnel ME, and then all you have to do is click it with like a fiber cable or some kind of wire from IC2. So you see the tooltip says P2P tunnel-ME. If I right click it, now it says P2P tunnel-EU, and the color does change. So now this is an EU P2P tunnel. So all we have to do is just make the regular P2P tunnels, and oh, okay, when you break it, it does turn back into an ME one into your inventory. If I place it back in the world, yeah, it still says ME. Okay, so every time you want to place one of these of a different type, you have to click it. Got it. That's good to know. I'm still new to AE2. I mean, we've been using it all throughout this pack, but there is a lot of things in AE2 that I still haven't used, and I still have to figure out. So I did make a pattern for the P2P tunnels, and I think we're just going to go a little crazy here and make, I don't know, like 20 of these things. Well, maybe I should make 21 since I have one, right? Let's do... we'll make it even number. I could have made 19 as well, but whatever. So now we got 22 of these P2P tunnels. And we're going to need a memory card. I've done that before with just moving AE channels through P2Ps. Okay, so now we need to go over and actually get our stuff set up over here. Well, again, I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to get this all done. I assume we'll be able to do a P2P tunnel here right on this. Then I'll click it with the wire to turn it into an EU P2P tunnel. And then we'll be able to transfer power from our solars using this regular AE glass cable. I can't even remember what that stuff is called. Yeah, just ME glass cable is what it's called. Okay. Oh, I gotta remove this cable over here, I forgot. So yeah, let me go ahead and get some solar panels laid down. We'll try and get this all hooked up. I just need a memory card from one end to the other. We will have to get this line powered somehow. I'll figure out how to do that as well. We might have to use the regular, whatever that's called, the power acceptor or whatever. But yeah, let me go ahead and get some stuff done here, guys. Try and clean up all this wiring, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're going to be testing a little bit of stuff here. I just want to make sure that we can actually send the EU power through this cable and have it power our ME controller. I'm not sure if this is actually going to be the permanent setup, but I do want to see if we can get something going here. So I do have an energy acceptor. We're going to have to power this cable right here that's going between the two P2P tunnels. So I think we're going to stick an energy acceptor here. Let's go ahead and bring out our glass cable a little bit more. Okay, so now the energy acceptor will be connected to this glass cable, and once this has power, this cable will have power, and the P2P tunnels will work. Right, so let's put a P2P tunnel right here, and we will switch that over to EU by clicking with this glass fiber cable. All right, so I can shift click it on there, and that connects all the solars to this P2P tunnel. It still hasn't been connected to that guy over there yet. Yeah, we have to use the memory cards for this point. The other piece, we need to get this energy acceptor powered down here. So this glass cable will power the energy acceptor, which will power that glass cable line and allow these P2P tunnels to work, right? Okay, so memory card. Let's go ahead and shift right click on this one. So the settings are saved on the memory card now. We should be able to fly around over here, and hopefully this is gonna work if I just right click on this tunnel right there. Oh yeah, okay, so we are able to send the EU power through. It does see that. That's awesome. Okay, so the next thing is, I think we might have a problem though with this setup. If we want to distribute this power to other places, like we want to distribute it to here, here, and here, so that's 3. We already have 2 channels, so that's a total of 5, 6, 7, 8. I think, yeah, is that right? Yeah, I think that'll be a total of 8 channels just to move the power around, and then we won't be able to have any, the regular AE stuff, any channels left for moving items around and any of that. So I think what we might end up doing is, instead of doing this kind of a setup, I think we might just bring in the glass fiber directly, have it connect to the controller directly, and then off the controller, we can use those crazy bundled cables. I can't even remember what those things are called, but basically what I'm thinking is we want to set up like over here, this very last one. Load in, please. I think I want to set up right like this, where we have the dense cables coming off the controller. The dense cable goes into a P2P tunnel to send the channels through here. And then we're going to probably have glass fiber right like that, and we'll do another P2P tunnel like this, which will send the power through, although that would probably be one more over. I think we'd do like that, and then like that, right? So we have 2 channels on this one line, and that'll be sending power and the other, the dense, well, I guess just the regular ME channels over. So I think we're gonna do something like that. So I tell you guys what, give me a minute here. I am going to fix what I just broke. I don't think that's actually a problem. I think I just need to replace this one cable. So yeah, let me go ahead and get the other one set up just like that. Yeah, everything seems to be fine. Get the power set up, get the, yeah, all the wiring and things like that hooked up. Yeah, let me get that done and we'll be back, guys. Alright guys, so I got things hooked up over here. We got our dense cable coming off the controller and going into an ME P2P tunnel. We got our power coming over here going into EU P2P tunnels. And then both those tunnels are going into a glass cable on this side. And then same thing on the opposite side, another glass cable going over this direction. They are separated just because we wouldn't have enough channels to use these regular glass cables. We could have upgraded to, what is it, the dense cable and sent everything down through one, but I think we're gonna be fine. So anyway, this cable right here needs to get power, and it needs that power so the P2P tunnels can actually work through it. So what I did is I just put a quartz fiber here. This only allows power to pass through, and then we are coming off this dense cable, just coming around like this, and with that quartz fiber that allows this cable to get powered down there. So underneath, let's go under here. So underneath, this is where the 2 cables come down. So we got one going over to this side that's gonna feed all the machines power and the data on that side, and we got everything along this side as well. So I think we got everything set up for the infrastructure for this. Now the next thing is to actually get everything hooked over and switched over to this power. So I did break out a hole here, so I know where to run this cable. What we need to do is get this power line coming down here and talking to this thing. I suppose we could do it right here instead of the one that I currently have broken. So let's go ahead and remove that block. We can either run the glass cable up here and do a P2P tunnel there, or we can run this fiber all the way down. I think I want to run the fiber down, just so it makes it easier and I don't have to figure out where the power is coming from. So we'll do a cable there, or I'm sorry, a P2P tunnel. We'll tell that to be EU, and then we will run this up right like this. And at that point, I do believe I should be able to break this out. Did I get it? I think I got it. Yeah, I don't know why I jumped through the wall there. So I think at this point we should be running off our solars in the back. We have no other power connection coming through here. Let's go ahead, plug that up. Yeah, I think we should be running out the power in the back. So if I right click on this, oh, you know what? Of course we're not gonna be running out the power in the back, because I need to use the memory card. It's been a while since I messed with these things. So shift, right click on this one, and right click on that guy, and now we should have power going through. And yes, we do. We do have power coming through. Now I also have this guy over here, molecular transformer. This should also be making Cenarium. I don't have this automatic yet, but I've just been putting glowstone dust in there and letting it do its thing. Let's just make sure this is still working too. And if we click on this, oh man, that is making Cenarium like really fast. Before I would see it actually having a progress bar. Now it's going immediately. So we're definitely getting a lot of power through this thing. So that is really awesome. That means that this should be making these iridium reinforced plates about as fast as possible. Yeah, I think that's actually going so fast, the molecular transformer, that the reinforced plates aren't able to be put through the pipe. That's actually kind of cool. All right, well, yeah, we are going through that glowstone like really fast, so we can make Cenarium stupid fast now, which is great. I'll probably set up a proper place for that transformer now, the molecular transformer, now that we can send power without relying on one little spot like this. So we can also plug up that hole. Let's grab a laboratory. One of these blocks. We're gonna plug that in. And then we can also, you know, send ME up here using our P2P tunnel, should we choose to. We might do that for some auto crafting in the future, but yeah, that's really cool that we can send our solar panel energy from back there through that ME cable. So these are no longer being used either, so we can go ahead, let's make sure the magnet's on. Where's my magnet? Right there, it is on. So yeah, we can go ahead and get rid of these. We can add that to our other power. So all of our power is gonna be in one spot and providing everything else with the juice that it needs. I think this is probably one of the best ways to go about this. Now, I don't know if I'm going to extend this out and do more of these. So like I would bring this cable like that, and then do another row over here. I don't know if we're gonna do this or we're just gonna do a really long one. I imagine we're gonna get to a point where I don't want it to extend past the back of here. So yeah, we'd probably come out to another section like this and just keep having these solar rows building backwards like that. Let's see, how many of these? We have 23 more of these quantum, so I should just be able to add these on. Let's see. That's 3 more on this side, and I think 3 more on this side. Should just about take care of all the solars that we have. And over here as well. It's a lot of solar power. It's a lot of power. So I think we'll do something like that. I can also put more solars like here and here. And here. I'll cover up those wires. Yep. And maybe we'll just put it right back there. Something like that. So yeah, we'll just keep expanding out further and further, adding in more solar. All of our EU power will be taken care of, and we can send all that power through a P2P tunnel, and everything that requires that much power will automatically have it. We don't have to use crazy cables or any of that stuff. So yeah, this is really awesome. How's this doing right here? Is this, it's already gone through all of that. That's crazy. Another thing, how about this glowstone? I'm curious how fast it'll do this. This is like 9 times out of... Wow, that's like instant. Guys, that is insane. We have a lot of power. Wow, that is crazy. So I wonder how many overclocker upgrades we can put in the replicator now. Let's do overclocker. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I guess we can only try one more. It seemed like no matter how many more of these I put in before, 9 was the maximum the last time I checked this, but now we have like 35 more solar panels, so we might be able to like make things really, really ridiculously fast. That's something I'll have to test later. So yeah, all of these recyclers we don't really need over here. One thing I do want to do though is get these hooked up on this side. We have more replicators over here. So I'll do the same thing. I'll bring the power wire up, get everything connected the way it should be, and we'll be right back, guys. I don't know, guys. We might be going fast enough, or too fast, I should say, if we aren't able to keep up with the UU matter being pumped into this thing. But that's with 20 overclockers. I don't know if we can do much more. I haven't really tried. That sucks out the UU matter faster. Oh my goodness. So let's let that all fill in. Let's just try putting it. These are all the ones. I just took all these overclocker upgrades from the other side. I had like 5 in all of those over there. Let's just try putting all 27 in here. Oh man, look at that. It just slurps it all down. That is crazy. So it looks like if we're going to do one type of material, all we need is one replicator. We can just keep pumping in more and more and more power. I was thinking it would be better to have like these spread across multiple, but it doesn't really look like that's the case, does it? Yeah, we got like overclockers and all of these things. It'll just make like 20 of those at a time. Wow, that is crazy. So I'll probably keep like 16 in there. Actually, let's find out. If I put in, how many do I need to keep the UU matter in here? Are we gaining or are we losing? Looks like we're slightly gaining, so I think one more would probably be losing. Yeah, so 19 is like the maximum. We're gonna have to figure out a way to keep more UU matter in there. How do I have this set up? Just using the fluid ducts? Yeah, I think, how would we get more in there at a time? I think we might have to switch away from the fluid ducts to use the extra utilities, right? Because we got, how is this doing over here? I turned off this tesseract a little bit ago. Yeah, we're gonna have UU matter for basically forever. I wonder, is the next tier servo, would that push more fluids? Fluids extraction rate 200%, and this one is 100%. Oh, okay. So it could increase these to the resonance servo, and then we can add more. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. I think we have a few resonance servos. Yeah, we got a few of these. We can switch these over and kind of check out if there is a limit to how many of those overclocker upgrades. Let's go ahead and just get these off here. That thing's gonna run dry here real quick. We'll put these on. Ignored, ignored, and ignored. Okay, so now we're sucking out as fast as possible. We're losing now. Why are we losing? Let's take a look down here real quick at this tesseract. Actually, I don't think we're supposed to have a servo on here, are we? No, we don't need a servo on this to extract out. I think that's a mistake. Where'd that guy go? It went somewhere. Got it. Yeah, having that servo there, I think, was a bottleneck. We don't need that on that pipe if it's just pushing through the tesseract. Okay, can I add any more in here? No, we have reached the limit. Okay, so 19 is the fastest we can go with our current setup. I don't really know how to extract the fluid faster using thermal expansion or thermal dynamics. We'd probably have to switch over to extra utilities and extract out like stacks at a time or all of that stuff with the speed upgrades. I might try switching over to that and see if we can do much faster. But yeah, it looks like we're able to keep up on power no problem. Yeah, it's just that fluid. Okay, so let me try doing a few more things around here, and we'll be back, guys. Alright, guys, so I changed out our extraction methods to these transfer node liquids, and each one of these I put in a stack upgrade, so it pulls out 8 buckets at a time instead of doing, what was it? Did we do that? Maybe it doesn't show. Anyway, without the stack upgrade, it only does like 100, 200 millibuckets at a time. You put that in there, it like grabs 8 buckets at a time, which is crazy. Then I put in all these speed upgrades hoping to speed this thing up, but if we come back over here and see that it's not really going much faster than it was before. We are still making these at a decent rate, but yeah, we aren't going much faster than what we were doing previously. So I think the bottleneck is still down here, and it's gotta be these fluid ducts that we have hooked up. I just don't think they're gonna be able to transfer enough fluid through them, so I think what I'm gonna do, let's go ahead and grab our crescent hammer so I don't break things. Let's go ahead and remove these pipes. I think we're going to lose a little UU matter by breaking the pipes with fluid in it, but that's fine. And we're going to need, what are those called? Transfer pipes? What is this? There it is. Yeah, transfer pipe. So we can use this stuff and pull out of that tesseract, I think, and do this number. Oh, actually, I guess we can't. So it looks like we can't use a tesseract to move that fluid directly. Huh. Okay, if that doesn't work, drum. Let's get a drum. I believe that should fill up. Yeah, that filled up like instantly. You see that's like 0 to 256 buckets. Okay, so that we know we're sending a lot of fluid really quickly. Now we need to get it out of this drum and into this pipe. So let us switch that. Oh, we need another transfer node, liquid. And we'll grab these upgrades too. So stack upgrade and speed. Probably the speed upgrades would work better over here than what we're currently using them for, but I think this should be fine. So let's just put a transfer node on here and see what happens. Yeah, that connects up. Yeah, it doesn't send too much fluid at a time. It's only grabbing like 200 millibuckets. And yeah, it's waiting a long time before it gets stuff, and then it waits again. All right, so if we put in these these upgrades, so we'll do a stack upgrade that immediately brings it up to 8 buckets at a time. How does that look over here? So it's getting fluid, and it's actually able to keep up pretty well. That's a lot faster than what we were doing before. Okay, so the extra utility stuff is pretty cool. So let's go ahead and put in these speed upgrades here and just see. I'm sure we'll keep it full now. Yeah, that's always full. Okay, so the next thing is, how much further can we overclock this? 19 was the maximum we could do with the fluid ducts. So can we go up, I don't know, that much? That much? That's all the overclockers I have, and that's ridiculous. That's making like 18 every 2 seconds, so like, maybe that's like every second. I'm not sure how fast that is. Oh man, but we're keeping up on the UU matter fine, but we are making stuff ridiculously fast. I don't know if we'll be able to keep up with that. It might be that the solar panels outside had like a storage of power that was buffering and able to send more power now. Let's look at these things real quick. No, these storage are full. We still can go faster than that. These aren't even draining. Actually, there might be one that is draining somewhere, but I don't know if we'd ever be able to find it. So we have enough power to even put in more overclockers. Now I'm curious to see how fast we can actually do that. I believe I took all the overclockers out of these. Do our compressors or these recyclers still? Oh, okay, here we go. I don't know why. These shouldn't have power. I don't think I hooked up the power to these. Something's up over there. Anyway. So we have 39 more. Let's just keep adding to this and see if there is a limit. Actually, it doesn't feel like it is making these any faster, does it? It kind of felt like we were getting up to 19 before. Okay, let's bring these back down. Yeah, it's up to 19 before it pulls out of there. So maybe it's at the point where we can't see the UU matter changing. That's about as fast as it goes. Alright, so 25 overclocker upgrades. I think that's about right. That's as fast as we can get these replicators going. Decreases processing time to 0.01. If I add more, does that change to a 0.00? To 0%. Oh, whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so 0. Is it worth the extra power that we're putting in there to change it from a 0.1? No, I think that's about as fast as we want there. 25 overclocker upgrades, and we can make this Iridium stupid fast. That's awesome. We got 6,100, almost 6,250. Oh my goodness. So with that going like that, I wonder how many more. Can we get another one going with 25? Probably gonna start pushing our luck here with how much we can do. Doesn't look like this one's doing anything. We got 25 overclockers. Let's remove some. Why is that stuck? Oh, it's power, of course. Is this one still going? That one's still going full speed. This one doesn't have any power. I don't understand that. But there should be power down there powering all of these. Huh. Is this guy? No, this guy's done. So I don't know why that one doesn't have power. That's interesting. So let's go stop. Whoops, stop. And then repeat run. Yeah, it shows that it has no power. If I take some of those overclockers out, does this one get power? No, something is broken here. All right. Well, I might have to break the block and replace it. Not sure why. I mean, we can see that cable is connected. Maybe try breaking the cable and putting it back. Definitely not getting power. Let's stop this one. It still doesn't have power. Yeah, I think the machine might be bugged. So let me break it and replace it. Come up here and do that. Okay, that's broken, and we'll put it back. No, it's still not getting power. That is interesting. I don't know. Something's messed up here. Maybe we just got too much power going through our system. Yeah, that one drained power and then it stopped. But this one back here is able to still get power even at that speed. I don't get it. There's something a little wonky here, and I'll have to figure that out. But I tell you what, guys, I think we've spent enough time messing around with the EU and solar panels and all that stuff for today. I think we're going to go ahead and call it an episode. If you guys know why the power is messing up like that, let me know. I don't think I'm derping anything this time. Yeah, I don't think we're derping anything there. I mean, the power is all connected. We're coming through that one P2P tunnel. And yeah, that's even before the one machine that is working on the power line. So I don't know. There's got to be something weird there. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you did like it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.